How you doing, guys? I have to give you a disclaimer. I'm sorry about any background noises that you hear. I know it's not professional, but that is the situation that I'm dealing with right now, and I know that God is going to take care of everything. I'm sorry that I'm smiling. It's just something that I'm encountering. So today's video is going to be about solitude and isolation. Solitude is a state of being alone or far off from society, seclusion. It's a choice. Isolation is the state of feeling alone without friends or without help or being kept apart from others, confined, detached. That is a negative state. But in your life, both are vital to your personal, your mental, and your spiritual health. You know, Christ himself endured both solitude and isolation. In Matthew 4, verse 1 to 11, Jesus spent 40 days in the wilderness alone until the devil came to tempt him. That was his choice. In Matthew 10, verse 1, Jesus goes to a solitary place to pray, to ask God which one out of the 120 followers that he had that he should choose to be his 12 disciples. That is his choice as well. That it was his time to connect with the Father. He wanted to answer. He wanted to make a right choice. And Matthew 14, verse 23 also, Jesus goes to the mountainside to pray alone after he just fed the 5,000. There are several other scriptures that the Bible tells us about Jesus spending time in solitude, like in Luke 5, verse 5 to 16, Mark 1, verse 35, Luke 9, verse 18. So if you have your Bible after this video, maybe you want to look, go and read and find out, his reaction or what he did to enter into solitude. Jesus also experienced isolation. He experienced rejection. He experienced loneliness. He experienced all that from the chief priests, the teachers of law, the elders, the Pharisees, the Sadducees, and others. The ultimate isolation that Jesus endured was when about 100,000 of people came to watch while he was being crucified. And you would say, why am I saying 100,000? Well, remember that during the time of Jesus' crucifixion was during Passover. And this was the time when all the Jews came from all around into the city of Jerusalem, to observe Passover. And the city swelled over with over 1 million people. So it's easy to say that it was 100,000 people there watching the crucifixion of God. The point that I'm trying to make here to you is that if you, my viewer, are watching, or if this comes on your feed and you are enduring isolation, or you are in some type of solitude, you can definitely turn that isolation around and take power over it. You can turn it into purpose, into something positive for your life. The problem that we have with isolation is that we reveal our true self when we're comfortable, when we're relaxed, when we are in control of movement. But when we're put in discomfort and we no longer have control, or we can't understand what's happening, why we're being stagnated or, set in one area. So then we become eerie and it gets into our mind. This is why I say, this is my saying, control your mind and you will control every situation in your life, because the mind is the greatest part of your life. Free yourself just because you are not in the norm. Turn it into something positive. Make use of it. Find yourself, better yourself, strengthen your faith. Get in connection with God. Get into an intimate relationship with God. Find out things about yourself that you lost, positive things, benefit from the situation. Learn new things. Learn reading books. Learn writing. I love that. Learn journaling. I love that. You know, maybe there is that one plan, that one idea that you had and you let it go. Maybe this is the time that you sit down and you think about it and try to figure it out. What's going to be your next step? Start doing things that you love. Volunteer, meditate, get in the art of meditating, perfectioning meditation. Don't get in the feeling of what the situation is. Take back control. Figure out your life, figure out your past mistakes, things that you've done. Figure out whom the next person that you're going to let in your life, the characteristics that you want about this person. Increase your faith. Learn the Bible. Read the Bible. Like I always say, reading it is one, but you must learn it, you know. When Jesus went into solitude, his purpose of solitude was to give full attention to God and was for him to become more intimate in a relationship with the Father, which until gave Jesus more wisdom, more compassion, and more power. So you take that power. Power up your life. Turn that negative situation into positive. Don't be beside yourself. Bring yourself alive. Refine yourself. Redefine yourself. Tell the world that you're not going to stay in isolation. But if you have to stay in isolation, find something positive out of it. You know, side note, I have to tell you this. I don't suggest that you stay in isolation very long because staying in isolation does have a negative effect on your mental state and on your physical state. So, you know, don't match toxic for toxic, but turn something good. Take something good from it. Turn your life around. And all I want to tell you that if you are in that position, just remember, you are not alone. You have a God who loves you, who's watching over you, who's taking care of you. The Lord said in John 16, verse 2-3, "Yet I am not alone, for my Father is with me." So remember, you're not alone. Don't quit. Remember, God is praying for you. Your situation will change, but benefit from it. Be a warrior. Don't fall for the weakness that your mind is trying to tell you. It's not everything that you can have control over, but you can benefit from it. So I hope this video resonate with you, and I hope that you can find peace in your moment of isolation and turn it into solitude and have a good relationship with God and discover yourself, refine yourself, know your gifts. There is something inside of you that's ready to bloom that you've lost a long time ago. So I love you with the love of Christ, and I pray that you find that inner peace and you find that strength that you need to get out of isolation, and you build from it. You be victorious in that battle. I'll see you in the next video.